Hello and welcome back to this channel where Jesus is King and God gets all the glory. I want to get on here again today to talk a little bit about my walk with the Lord and what it's looking like. And it's changing. I don't know if you guys are feeling the change, but I absolutely definitely am. Just now, I'm realizing how quickly it is to access the presence of the Lord because it's something that I'm constantly doing. And before, it seemed like he was so much farther than he was, or like unattainable. And now that we spend more time together, I realize just how awesome he is. He's just so wonderful. Now, this morning I woke up and I was feeling a little uneasy because I feel the shift and I'm excited, but it hasn't happened in the natural. And I'm like, so freaking excited. I really am. I am so excited. But nothing is happening. So I'm like, you know what? If I start to try to guess what God is doing, I'm only gonna frustrate myself. So I'm not gonna do that. My phone is blowing up. Anyway, so today I'm like, I am not doing anything. I mean, of course, I'm gonna cook and clean and do things like that. But I'm like, I'm not leaving the house. This is it. I'm staying. I have an appointment in the afternoon, but until then, I'm staying in the house. And right when the thought of resting is bad, that doesn't make any sense, you should be doing this, all of a sudden my mind, right, I'm like, oh, I need to spend time with God. Literally just now, like just before making this video, I'm like, I'm gonna make this video. I'm like, what do you want? I always ask, what do you want me to talk about? And I'm like, you know what? Let me just take a moment to be in his presence. And he was right there. Boom. He was like, oh yeah, I was waiting for you to come. And I'm like, oh, you're so cool. So it's almost as if it was a confirmation that we were walking in step, right? That I wasn't going ahead of God. I wasn't trying to figure something out. I wasn't trying to control anything. I was like, he was right there. He was right next to me. So check my Bible app. The best way to get into God's presence is to read his word. And today the Bible verse is Psalms 23. Because I'm like, Lord, I'm still unemployed, although I'm working for you and I love it and it's wonderful. I need to see a change. Please. And I know it's coming. It's going to be fabulous. So right before the hesitation, it's just like a second. Oh my gosh. We have to seriously be vigilant because the battle is here. The battle is in the mind, right? It's not against flesh and blood. It's against like things that are just floating in the atmosphere, like thoughts that just float around. And so I'm like, okay, before I even get afraid, I'm going to seek God first. And then Psalm 23 is the verse of the day, a psalm of David. The Lord is my shepherd, I lack nothing. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He refreshes my soul. He guides me along the right paths for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. And I thought about that. You're going to prepare a table for me in front of my enemies. That means I'm on the battlefield. That means I'm out there. Like, I'm out there. He is giving us the orders. Like, I'm going to prepare a table in front of these people. So don't start getting comfortable and sitting at their tables. I'm just setting you up because the table that I prepare for you is going to be amazing. You anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows. Surely your goodness and love will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. That's it. That's as easy as it can be. And I think for my Christian walk, I was still doing work. So I was like, well, I gotta fast and I gotta seek and I gotta and I think sometimes God is just asking us to be like we know. Just now you live your life like you know that your Father in heaven has nothing but goodness and love for you. And it's gonna follow you. He's gonna chase you. He's not gonna rest until he gives it to you, right? Every good thing comes from the Lord. So it might not look like anything, but I am rejoicing in advance. I really am. I'm excited in advance because he has given me so many dreams and I want him to truly get all the glory. Like, I want God to get all the glory. I want to point people back to God. And if I have to be in an office building to do that, or a school, or whatever, then fine. But I think it's going to be exactly where I thought I would not go on. Like, that moment, that situation, that mindset where I thought, you know what, this is it. Like, yo, I can't. And then God shows up. And then God shows up. And you're like, bro, you are so much cooler. Like, I thought you were going to show up this way, but you showed up this way. And then you're just flooded with like, bro, I got you. I got, like, really believe that. Like, walk in that. I got you. I told somebody, and this, I love Jewish people. I love them. I love their commitment to culture, and I respect them. They're very smart people. Especially I grew up around them in Queens, right? Queens has a large Jewish community in Forest Hills, and I was right next to Forest. Anyway, but I told somebody, I'm like, you need to walk with the confidence of a Jewish man in New York City. Because I was just driving by B&H, a notorious photography store, like everything you can think of, lighting, everything for production, basically, and photography and film. And they're all Jews. And there's the whole family that works there, because these people take over, bro. These people take over. So I have nothing but respect for Jews. But it's their faith. They walk, not all of them, because I'm not going to generalize, but they do not apologize for how they look, for the hours that they work, for the way they do business. They do not apologize for prioritizing their family or their community. What? And it feels like they walk through life constantly through the Red Sea. Like, yo, we're good. Because why? Because they're in the Word. The confidence comes from the Lord. Now, what they do after, that's none of my business. Everybody's going through a journey, and we're all the body of Christ, right? But the confidence of like, I know about God, that's one level. But then saying, I have a relationship with the Lord is very different, because that means that you guys have been through trials and tribulations. You guys have been through, I'm still trusting God. But this happened, I'm still trusting God. You know, Jamila, the Car Chronicles, pastor and prophetess Jamila Gooden, I love her. Jamelia is how I feel like her name should be pronounced, but I digress. She was talking about that. Like, what you mean you got evicted and you still trust God? Yeah, I still trust God. What you mean you lost everything? And she was talking about Job. The confidence has to be like disrespectful. The confidence in God and his goodness has to offend people. It has to. They have to tell you that you're crazy. They have to tell you that your vision is ridiculous, because I'm kingdom focused. It's not going to make sense for this world why I will end up in the places and spaces and doing the wonderful things, because it's a God thing, and I don't put a cap on him. And the more that I can think of, right? The word says that he will think of far more than I could ever even imagine. Bro, that is a promise in the Bible. That he's going to give you he's going to give you so much for your trouble, for your sacrifice, for your discipline. This is coming up, discipline. The discipline of going back to God and bringing him in every situation, back to God, back checking in, and checking into the room, tapping into the atmosphere. Where you at? Oh, you're right here. Boom. You know, that discipline. That's what's going to keep us standing, is the seeking constantly, not just through fellowship and church and groups and life groups and family and but personally in my day as I'm cooking. You know, a lot of how can I say this? A lot of people think that spending time with God is time separate from your life when he wants to be integrated into your life. Ugh. That was amazing because I was not thinking about that. That's so cool. He doesn't want to be a day of the week. He doesn't want to be a guilt trip. He doesn't want to be a laundry list of how you fall short. He wants to be chopping onions with you so you can make some beef doner. He wants to be there while you're toasting the wrap. He wants to be there while you're squeezing the lemon for the for the parsley Greek yogurt sauce you're making with a little honey, lemon salt. Like it's not a separate thing. You can't separate. I was thinking about that. I was thinking about that yesterday. There's no space in everything I can perceive where God is not in it. There's none. So what makes me think that I can separate one thing? I can't put God in a box. I can't compartmentalize my faith. It's got to be in everything that I do. What are we cooking today? What do you want me to do today? Who can I go serve today? Sometimes my day consists of bringing food to people. Here's the food for you. I put food here and ding, and that's it. And God's like, yep, that was what you were supposed to do today. And I'm like, oh, okay. That's pretty fabulous. And the hustle culture will have you thinking, oh, you're not doing enough, or me thinking, right? Well, God's like, no, I'm okay with that, because this means you're trusting me and I can work because you're not in my way. Just make some spaghetti and meatballs and give them out to people. And take your dog with you to places and spread joy. What? That's all I have to do? Yeah, you don't have to my labor is not, okay, hold on. Something's coming. Labor pains. The labor pains are not caused by the works to get the approval of the Lord. The labor pains is birthing a new version of yourself that he placed in you. So the more you do away with yourself, the more the Spirit of God can fill you as a vessel, and the more you will carry out his purpose. It's a shedding. Oh my God, that's so good. It's a step. There's a bunny. There's a white bunny. The white rabbit from, what's the movie? The Matrix. You just got to take that step, that first step, even in curiosity, even in skepticism. God, there's a lot of people talking about you lately, Jesus, and I've heard, even in that is the first step, because he's going to be on that ass. He's going to come for you, because he is I don't know who lied and said that God didn't want you to be clingy. I'm definitely a daddy's girl. I thought like 1,000,000%. Even after my dad passed, your girl had to make sure she got that. Excuse me. But I know that bond. I get it. I know it. I lived it. And my dad had 2 sons, but I was the eldest son too. Okay. I was definitely the eldest son, honey. And I'm the baby and I'm the only girl. Anyway, what I'm saying is, when you know that kind of love, it's easy to be like Delulu disrespectful. Because my dad may not have been perfect person. None of us are. But when my dad said something, my dad was prophetic. My dad would see something like 5 years away, and he'd be like, "Yo, watch. If nobody changes anything in that situation, this is how it's gonna happen. Boom, 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 boom." And I'm telling you. When he would prophesy, now I understand this prophecy, but when I would feel it in my being, like, dang, that's gonna happen. And in my defiance, I'm like, you don't even know all the facts, But for God now my Father in heaven, you do know all the facts, my guy. You are in everything. So if you said no, I will ask God even to confirm, like, my flesh. I'm like, I want to do this because it's going to feel amazing as a human being. And it doesn't have to be anything physical. It could be like giving somebody a compliment or encouraging someone or connecting with a child, comforting a child, or comforting someone who's sick, comforting the elderly, comforting those who are confused, who are lost, who are worried, and just listening to them and sitting with them. Bro. God is just, I could go on and on. We're 17 minutes in, but I won't go on and on. What I'm saying is, the shift is here. Have the confidence, have the Delulu confidence to know that your Father in heaven, He's just so much better than you think. He's just so... I was talking to somebody yesterday, we were texting, and I said, God said I could do this, but He said I can't do that because that goes against His word. It was literally the conversation we were having. And I can't do that. I can't participate in that. I'm sure it would be very awesome, very cool, but His word says I cannot do that. So I told him, I'm outside, but like on my stoop. I'm from Queens. I'm on my stoop. I'm not outside in these streets. I'm a little outside. I'm like perched. And they're like, oh, but you should be able to do that. And if it could happen, then why not? Then so be it. I was like, no. I'm like, yo, you need to start spending time with God for real. Because He's not like that. He don't move like that. He don't think like we do. So He told me that if I give this up, this part of my flesh, He's going to give me more than what I gave Him. Like the sacrifice that I'm giving, that's nothing. Because He says that He's only going to replace it with something better. That's who He is. It's a double portion. Like, we're not going to go back. We don't even look back. We can't even look back. Lot help. But I don't need to know. They could look very good. It could look very enticing from the outside. And that's why you got to test every spirit. Because us being fixated on this image of what you think you want, and God's like trying to nudge you, like, hey, over here I have better for you. I don't want to be distracted with what I don't have right now. Instead of trusting in God's promises, because He's faithful. He's faithful. He's so good. It's gonna be better than you think. You don't even waste your time trying to figure it out. How He's gonna restore your marriage, restore the years the locust has eaten. He's gonna restore your youth. We getting younger every day, baby. And do you know why we're getting younger every day? I think this is how you're supposed to age. You don't have those like stress. You're not scowling. I'm happy. And nothing has changed yet. Nothing in my physical has changed. But the alignment in the spiritual, I am rejoicing. Honey, we about to go to Malaysia and get our clothes done. That's all I know. I already know even the dollar amount. Like, I already know. And even if he comes through, however, on a donkey in humility, oh, he's just so cool. Like, can you just spend some time with God? Please. It's gonna be amazing. Say, I hope it's blessed someone. Jesus loves you. I love you. Bye.